part of my job as well, and I honestly, I just found it very, very difficult to use, and was part of the group that said, please, let's go the project server route in order to take advantage of our investment and our know-how and the acceptance and the SharePoint technologies. But that being said, it's out there. It's a good and powerful system, and a lot of people are using it for things like internal IT management, for application management, for engineering and construction, and professional services management. So, is anybody using Clarity in the room?
Does this particular package have a configuration management or an asset management engine used?
I want to say that, configuration management, it's again one of these configurable type of things, in that you can, it's not hard to create a form and a workflow process. That's actually one thing that the Clarity system does really nicely, is it has an internal workflow management engine that provides a nice graphical display of the different, as a work process moves through a flow. So, but again, configurable, just not as easy, not as intuitive. Much higher training requirement for Clarity. Has anybody used Groove? No, yeah. And that's
like a file sharing program, right?
Yep. It's a workspace. You create workspaces, document management, communications. It's I think of it as a poor man's SharePoint, in that there's no real server requirement. You can just use it. And I think haven't made tremendous use of it, but it's a great idea, and it certainly is worth digging into if you or your company, if you don't have access to SharePoint or can't afford it, this is something worth looking into. 2010 version of all this is coming down the road. It's supposed to be significantly improved, so we'll see. But something to be aware of if you don't have any other solutions available to you.
Do you know if Groove is one of Microsoft's top 10 projects?
I don't know.
Development, aggressive development.
Does anybody know?
What was the question?
Is this a top 10 project for Microsoft?
So Groove integrates with Communicator and SharePoint, and what it works like the briefcase, the old briefcase used to work.
No, I understand that, but if you're within the ranking of Microsoft's top 10 projects, you get a lot more funding for development. Like Microsoft Project just went on 2 years ago, and that's why it was changed in format quite a bit. And so I just was wondering where Groove was.
Oh yeah, I don't think. I mean, they may tweak it, but I don't think it's a top 10.
Okay.
Just a brief word about Microsoft Project. I mean, it's an interesting thing where most project managers project managers hate Microsoft Project and will curse it and damn it, and most everybody else is afraid of it because it does strange things, it changes things when you don't understand why it's changing. But for me, and I was like that as well. I've come around. I've embraced it. I'm here to say I encourage investment and the time to learn it. It is learnable. It is doable, and I think it's probably it's a great tool, and it will empower you in terms of dealing with your project teams to have mastered some of the mysteries of it. There's a new certification out for Microsoft Project 2007. Going through that will help you to remove the remnants of any fear that you might have as you dig into areas of it that you might not have understood before. So it's a good tool for your toolshed. Just quick, I mentioned Decker Tracker. I'll just quickly tell you a little bit about that. Again, a budgeting, forecasting, reporting, earned value management engine. Very powerful, very flexible. As I said, we've adapted it for more than just the straight DVM type of reporting. It's either SQL or Oracle based, requires a client on the PC. Not easy to learn, takes some time. We found that project managers, by and large, most project managers don't have the time or the patience to learn it, and our real focus is on training effort is aimed at project controllers, trying to get them to use it. But it does a really nice job in basically it'll take any type, allow you to reproduce an Excel report in any conceivable format that you can imagine. It will puts out a plain vanilla data sheet that then can be configured. Like here, this is a DoD contract performance report, sort of typical earned value management official government report, comes out of Tracker in that, just ready to turn in. And it will do that with a number of other government forms, plus any other customized forms that customized reporting formats that customers may specify or your internal management may specify. So that's kind of one of its greatest strengths, is in automating reports. And that is, and has kind of its own neat little dashboard system as well. Now, why doesn't it work? What is the problem? This is getting acceptance of these technologies, of these processes. I mean, going to this lady, and we have a bunch of them around our company, who every month go through this same process of putting together the monthly spreadsheets for the customer, it's okay, we're good. Monthly spreadsheets for the internal business operations management, and it's always a crisis and always compressed, and always a lot of emotion involved, and people make mistakes on these spreadsheets that end up with huge amounts of money that are lost or forgotten about. But it goes on and goes on and goes on. And we have the tools. We go to them and say, we have a way to automate your spreadsheet, but we can't get them to stop long enough to try it, to use it, or to believe in it, or to say, the system that you're in right now, it may be hell. I mean, they absolute total hell, and they're used to it and they live with it, but it sort of works. And they don't know if this new stuff is going to work or not. And there's a risk involved. And there's insufficient cushion from the top in order to say, well, let's try it and roll the dice, and let's just see. Let's run the two systems in parallel. No, not enough time to do that. Can't do it, sorry. So this is a tough one, but it kind of gets back to the executive sponsorship. Have to break out of these old patterns and break out of the spreadsheet hell that we are in.
Doesn't that take you just into change management generally? I mean, it's the same thing with any other project that you introduce. There's going to be a fear of change. There's going to be pressure timelines. You have to basically make that a project. You need executive sponsorship, as you just said, in order to get through all of that. And then on top of that, your spreadsheet production